cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and wow, what a year it was at Koppel. The Koppel family would like to say thank you for a record-setting sales year in 2025. Now let's start 2026 off with the bang. New GMC Sierra pickups starting at $12,500 off list or 0% APR. Also hot off the presses, new Terrain leases at $299 per month. That's right, $299 per month on new GMC Terrain leases. So please stop on in the store or online at koppelcars.com. Stock numbers G138852 and G165184, 2,500 down with proof credit.
A new year means it's time to try new things. If you haven't tried Führer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For the days you don't want to go to the gym, don't worry. Führer's cheese spread is there to cheer you up. And for the days you do get to the gym, why not celebrate when you get back with the best dip around? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend. You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley, defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror, number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Welcome to Bock the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Tuesday, January 13th, 2026, and it's K-Dub Tuesday here on The Ticket. If you don't know who K-Dub is, he's Kenny Wilhite. He's a former player here in Nebraska, spent 9 years on Nebraska football staff. Kenny, how you doing?
Doing well. Just left the gym, got a good workout in. Come in and see your little beautiful smile because you won.
Yeah.
You haven't stopped smiling. I knew you had something for me.
Yes.
You ain't say it, though. You said you was going to say it when you walk through the door.
Yes. I'm going to do it now.
Are you going to do it now?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, ticket listeners, and the text line. I am the champion. 2026 Pick'em champion. Percentage-wise and game-wise.
So last week you said percentage didn't count.
Hey, don't interrupt the champ when he's talking.
Last week you said text line. I was hoping you came through for me.
They broke down.
They did. They broke down like old 70.
All right, Bob, you can stop it, Bob. and you know, here's the thing. I've calculated, like, the last 15 games, I probably went 13-2.
Stop playing, man. Bach, don't.
He went on a run. I don't know if it was exactly 13.
Yeah, it was 13,
but it was a good run.
No, I'll give you 11-4.
Only lost 2 games.
No way. Bach.
I haven't lost a game in the playoffs.
We need a recount, Bach.
I didn't lose the game in the playoffs.
You went for Georgia.
Yeah, that was one.
You said you didn't lose one in the playoffs. Hold on, time out. Y'all heard Bach. You heard him, right?
Yeah.
That was one
you
of my
recanting
losses.
your statement.
That's
then.
one of my losses.
You said you hadn't lost a game in the playoffs. That's what you said.
Well, it's not the playoffs, but you know what.
He was embellishing it a little
He
bit.
was in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna boost my stats.
You got to get it right. You got to get it right.
60 what percent, Bach?
Did you pick Miami over Ohio State?
Yeah,
That's a heck of a pick.
Bach.
You did, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You said the U.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bach. What What was the percentage in?
There
in
we
the
go.
wild?
There we go. You said the
Let me
percentage
add it
didn't
up, make
count.
sure I
It
know.
doesn't count.
You said, so why are you worried about it?
I just want to make sure that you didn't.
I didn't win it. I know I didn't win
You
it.
didn't come close
Because
to
you picked Miami over Ohio State.
I think the text line beat you up.
Slap yourself.
Yeah.
No.
But what you got there?
So give me a second to get to yours. Kenny, you finished at 62.7%. Yeah, give me a second here.
Farley was at 62.8.
No, 63, buddy.
Nope.
Let's see. Okay.
Mark, you just had it yesterday.
You're at 60. So you finished at 63.6%
Ooh.
there, Terrell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Congratulations. You won both though.
Yeah.
But you said it didn't count
It
at first.
doesn't count.
Okay.
It doesn't
I'm
count.
just making sure.
Hey, only thing that counts is if first you're last. Ricky Bobby. That's it.
Yeah. You're right. You won.
All right, guys, we're going to have a good little show today. The first thing I want to talk about is something that came up on the screen a little while ago. FBS coaches recommended a major rule change proposing players can play 9 games and still redshirt.
That's crazy.
It is not official, but they're proposing it, Bob. 9 games is damn near a season, Bob.
Yeah, well, why not just leave it at 4?
Well, it's weird because the movement has been to try to get to 5. You get 5 years, right? In to play 5 for 5. This is basically doing that. I don't know. Now they do have the argument is if can kind of play 4 games that obviously can still kind of get in the way of what your players quitting or whatever or not having their availability mid-season. So I get that, but why not just move to 5 for 5, which I'm not completely agree with in agreement with that either. But if they move to this, I mean, that's what it basically is.
Did you say players quitting?
Not quitting, but like
going into the portal?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
That's usually during bowl season and playoff time, isn't it? They don't do it within the 9th game of the season unless they're really, truly unhappy. But, yeah. Again, I think 4 games is enough. If you want to do anything, go to 5 and then leave it at that. Now they're asking for too much now. You got players playing 7 years. And I think those days are over with, I hope. But, yeah, that's 9 games. That's a whole season.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think that's being. I mean, that's only 3 games less than a season.
Yeah.
So you telling me you want guys to play 9 games? I will give you 6, probably 5.
That's half a season. That's why I said 5.
Yeah, I would do it at 5, but not 9.
No, 9 is a whole season.
That's crazy to me.
Yep.
All right, y'all. Just coming out, Mike Tomlin told the Steelers that he would not return as the coach.
He told them?
Yeah.
Wow.
It just popped up.
Wow. Did you watch that game last night?
Oh, man, they got manhandled.
Man, they got.
Well, that's what you talk about when you get a good coach team like DeMarco Ryan has coached those.
He is. And he's a defensive guy, too.
Yeah,
so.
and that's why their defense was so great. But when you talk about a young team versus an old team,
they got exposed.
They got exposed.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't say that he's quitting football. He's just leaving the Steelers after 19 years.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting, too, because he resigned while still under contract. The Steelers will retain Tomlin's coaching rights and could negotiate compensation if he returns to an NFL sideline before the end of the 2027 season. And it's interesting, too, that game with the Ravens and Steelers was so good, the play-in game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was between both of the longest tenured coaches in the NFL, and both of them now are moving on. And that's what kind of struck me about John Harbaugh, who's getting every open interview in the book right now because he's such a great coach, but hasn't won in the playoffs. Same thing with Mike Tomlin recently, right? For both of them, both having won Super Bowls earlier in their career. But I thought with Harbaugh, maybe do this sort of thing, and maybe it's because of the language that I'm kind of mentioning why they wanted to go the opposite route. But I thought like firing a guy is a little much. Maybe if you mutually agree to part ways, and it still might be the same deal, but I think it's a little bit respectful, more respectful for the coach that in these guys' case have been there for nearly 2 decades.
It's interesting to me that the Steelers have lost 9 straight playoff games.
Yeah.
9 straight playoff games.
Yeah. New era in Pittsburgh coming up.
New
era for Mike Tomlin when you talk about probably be one of the top coaches to be hired this year, along with John Harbaugh.
Not just Mike, but John Harbaugh. Like Bock said, I mean, to realize that those guys they're the longest 2 tenured coaches, right?
Yeah.
And the playoff losses after winning Super Bowls is crazy. So it's probably time for a change.
Yeah, I think I think last year was time, but give it one more year. He see how it goes. It didn't go like he wanted. I would love to see him at the Falcons. I would. I would even care about the Atlanta Falcons.
Which coach?
Either one.
Either one.
Especially probably Mike Tomlin with his record.
So he's gone. So he's had with that loss last night, became the first head coach in franchise history to go 9 consecutive seasons between playoff wins.
Mm-hmm.
So he had a losing, never had a losing season, obviously. So that's one thing that's still there. But his teams have lost each of the last 7 postseason games, and that's been 6 first-round exits. Another thing to keep in mind for Pittsburgh, whoever they hire will be their 4th coach since 1969. Chuck Noll was there from 69 to 91 with 4 Super Bowls. Bill Cowher from 92 to 2006, obviously with his Super Bowl, and Mike Tomlin from 2007 to present. So not a whole lot of change there.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah.
But I think the shouts out to the Steelers too, organization, for the owners for keeping Tomlin that long. I mean, they had faith in him that he can get it done, and he won one. So again, like you said, I think it's time for a change for him, and I would like to see him in Atlanta. I'd like to see him in Atlanta. I think he'd do good in Atlanta.
I think so too.
They got a good young nucleus of kids down there too.
Yeah, they just need to be put together in the right pieces. I think when we talk about that offense is high powered, especially with Bunjay Robinson there.
Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, who's tucked that running back spot to another level at Atlanta. Then you have the young receivers with the tight end, and the jury's still out on, I think, on Michael Penix Jr. I think the jury's still out on him. He's vulnerable to me because he's injury prone. Yeah, I mean, he's been like that since college, but they redid Kirk Cousins' contract, so we'll see how that works out for the Falcons, and especially with the search of a new coach. So we need to get the Dirty Bird back on the map.
Yeah.
But what about your team?
Well, I'd love to. They apparently have had at least contact with John Harbaugh. Like you said, they
need more than the interviewed.
Well,
Bob,
a little bit.
Who's your team, Bob?
The Arizona Cardinals.
Who?
Arizona Cardinals.
Me and you need to talk about, because Arizona Cardinals are originally from St. Louis.
Yeah. That's right.
So I follow them, but I'm not.
Yeah, they're trash.
Yeah, they're so bad.
Yeah. Kyler Murray messed that whole organization. No,
Kyler didn't do it. They did it by giving them all that money.
Yeah.
He didn't mess it up. They did.
Well, Mighty Mouse wanted it up quick. He wanted it up front. He wanted to get all the money. So, and then he hasn't produced.
No, he has not.
Well, he's just not available more often than not.
I mean, even when he's available, he's he has those 1 or 2 good games where he can run. Then he just disappears.
Yeah.
And now you look at your Marvin Harrison Jr., and he's not even living up to his expectations. So,
I think that falls on, like you said, the quarterback.
Yeah. Not having a stable quarterback.
So.
Well, and their line didn't play well. Didn't have much of a running game. Their defense wasn't very good, outside of Budda Baker. So they do have a lot to work with. Trey McBride, though, maybe the best tight end in the league.
Bob, you said the whole line wasn't working. The defense didn't work. Bob, does nothing work out there.
Defense ain't working.
Defense ain't working. Nothing's working for them right now, Bob. They probably need a whole overhaul.
Well, that's why they won 3 games and are picking 3rd in the NFL draft.
Yeah. Will they stay there or will they move up?
I don't know.
Mendoza.
Yeah.
Is he the number 1 pick?
Mendoza's got to be number 1.
Farley?
Yeah.
Who's number 2?
Probably more.
Even after the game he had?
He still had a great game. I mean, 1 interception, 280-some yards. I mean, that's not having help. I mean, his defense got exposed more than he got exposed. They got beat.
They got pushed around too.
Yeah, they got beat. The
brakes. They got the brakes beat off. Yeah. Speaking of Indiana, are they going to win it?
I think so. I think so.
Oh, so you're not going to go with the U?
Nah, I'm not going to go with the U on this.
I'm
going Big Ten.
You're going okay?
I'm Big Ten.
Bach, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a cool story for Miami. We always talk about how certain, like Notre Dame, sport. It's not the rules aren't fair. Notre Dame gets all this and that. Miami's playing the national title game at their home stadium, so that was kind of built in nice for them. And it's been a good story, but Indiana's just been dominating everybody. So I got to pick Indiana. I know they're favored by about 7.5. I know the tickets to get in is costing about as much as the Super Bowl. So it is going to be tough if you do want to get a ticket. I think $3,500 is around the get in price at the time. And then the other news that's good for us here at the Three Stripe Life will prevail for the first time since 1998. Whether Miami or Indiana wins, an Adidas team will be the national champion. Tennessee, the last
all
one.
Adidas.
All Adidas.
Yeah.
Adidas is I bet you their execs are just strutting their stuff right around now. They about to come out with a new pair of Adidas probably for this game.
Some
right
Signettis?
here.
Would you buy some Signettis?
No, I stick with Nebraska colors and buy Adidas. Either black, red, silver. I need to get me a new pair for my trip. 2 new pair of shoes for my trip. So, I'm just looking forward for the rest of this week to, fly by so I can go out there and be
Don't rush it. Don't rush
Oh,
the days,
I'm rushing
man. You can't rush the days by.
I didn't even want to do anything yesterday. I just slept.
Can't rush and ate a Hardee's burger.
And ate a Hardee's burger 2 in a row.
Sunday and Monday, this man ate 2 Hardee's burgers.
If I catch up with you tomorrow, it might be 3 in a row tonight.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
So,
I told you I'm buying it today if you want.
Nah, I can't.
You gonna take the day off?
Too much beef. I too much beef. I've eaten Hardee's 2 days back to back, man. That grilled cheese double bacon burger is one of the biggest burgers. Hardee's. It's bigger than a Frisco burger if you don't know what it is, and it's capable of not having you eat your fries. Because I gave the dogs the fries. Because I couldn't eat the fries.
Man. Well, whenever you're ready for your burger, I got you. You want it out, right?
No
you
problem.
just throw my man
No
Bock.
problem. And the text liners are haters as usual. Here's Rubber Ducky said burger time. Thank you for that, Rubber Ducky. But the rest of these guys are some kind of, I think they text line haters. Who's this right here? Who's somebody?
While he's looking at that box, Aaron Rodgers, you think he's done?
I think so. Obviously, he had him and Tomlin were very complimentary of each other. But it did feel like the last game there, and they were talking about it. As the broadcast as they kind of winded down. He said it's partially kind of up to the Steelers and what they want to do moving forward. But kind of a ho-hum year. The Steelers need to get to a long-term play at quarterback at some point. Now, is that going to be available in the draft or free agency? I mean, they've been playing musical chairs at quarterback and still getting to the playoffs, which again surprises me a little bit why that they've made this move. But again, get a win in the postseason, so I get it. But Aaron Rodgers is one of the best of all time to do it. Obviously, a little bit of a different personality at times, but between the Hail Marys, the Super Bowl run, discount double check, everything that you've got going on for you, just incredible. And even this year, though, I mean, when you say, okay, 24 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. I mean, so if he wants to come back, I think there would be a possibility there. But obviously, you're at the point in his career where it's just not a long-term solution.
No, I think he should hang it up. You saw the look on his face at the end of that game.
You know what I think Tomlin would probably be a sour spot in people's mouth if he went there?
Where is that?
Baltimore.
That would be interesting, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Why would it be a sour taste in people's mouth?
AFC rivals. They in the same division, Bob.
Well, they had to beat them to get to the playoffs.
Yeah, so. I mean, I think that would be probably that's a slap in the face to me, probably.
Yeah.
To the Steelers organization. But hey, he stepped down for a reason. I mean, he didn't get fired, so that's one good tenure you could say for 19 years that he had a great tenure. He had a great run in Pittsburgh.
Never had a losing season.
Hey, he won Super Bowl.
Yep.
So hey. All right, y'all, let's go to break. And when we come back, is Nebraska offensive line settled. One of the biggest ones I've probably seen in the last couple of years that we had here. 93.7 The Ticket. K-Dub Tuesday. Bock the Blackshirt. 93.7 The Ticket.
Want to make the easy call? Call John Henry's. From leaky pipes to a broken AC, flickering lights to furnace fights, even drains and duct cleaning, we've got it handled. Plumbing, heating, air, and electrical, all under one trusted roof. Proudly serving homes across Lincoln, Omaha, and surrounding areas, and ready 24/7. Visit calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
Change begins with you. Join a weight loss medication study at Solarion and earn cash in the process. If you are 19 to 65 years old with excess weight to lose, you may qualify. Participants could earn up to $22,750 for their time. Study includes 1 2-night stay, 1 3-night stay, and 38 returns. Learn more at helpresearch.com/flamingo or call 866-213-2965. Weight loss not guaranteed.
Anderson Ford in Lincoln has 2 convenient locations, which means 2 times the customer service, 2 times the inventory, and 2 times the ability to get you in the car of your dreams. Whether you visit us on the north side or the south side, you'll find more selection and a team that's always on your side. When you're looking for a better way to buy your next Ford, visit Anderson Ford in Lincoln, where exceptional service meets unbeatable selection.
Hi, I'm Scott Miller, Business Development Officer at Midwest Bank's Lincoln branches. As a lifelong Lincolnite with over 30 years of experience in financial management, I'm here to help your business grow and succeed. My focus is building strong relationships with businesses and clients across Lincoln. Because at Midwest Bank, we believe banking is about people, not just numbers. Visit us at midwest.bank or stop by one of our Lincoln locations. Your community, your bank. Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket immediately after every Nebraska men's basketball game for 1 hour of post-game recap. The Nebraska Basketball Postgame Show is sponsored by Union Bank and Trust, John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical, and the Lincoln Airport on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Tired of your furnace running overtime this winter? Let Heartland of Nebraska Windows save the day. Upgrade to stunning, energy-saving triple-pane vinyl windows installed by their team of experts. Every window comes with a lifetime warranty on everything, all for a price you can actually afford. Free estimates, flawless replacements, and peace of mind from a family-owned business you can trust. Don't wait. Call Heartland of Nebraska Windows at 402-430-3852 or visit heartlandofnebraskawindows.com today.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at gainatrucking.com.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
It's the Nebraska Deer and Game Expo, January 16th through the 18th at the Sandhills Global Event Center in Lincoln. Come see trophy deer, hunting seminars, hunting and outdoor exhibitors, a 3D archery tournament, enter the blind giveaway, and more. The Nebraska Deer and Game Expo, presented by Whitetail Properties Real Estate, January 16th, 17th, and 18th. Learn more at nebraskadeerandgameexpo.com and find them on Facebook. Come to the Nebraska Deer and Game Expo, January 16th through the 18th in Lincoln.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay. Playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Better than St. Louis University. 93.7 The Ticket. We are powered
by
Power.
Infrastructure.
Power.
Underground.
Correct.
Excavating.
All right, guys. We got some new transfer portal guys in, but I'm going to catch you up on the transfer guys who's going out. Players that we talked about the last couple of years. Starting with Tristan Avano. He's going to South Dakota State.
Saw that. Good place for him.
Houston Torres, Michigan.
I saw that too.
Yeah, good pipeline over there that their coach got for him. It wasn't a surprise to me. I said that's a good pickup.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? Maverick Noonan, Fresno State.
Yep.
Dylan Riola, Oregon. Malcolm Hazard, Arizona.
Good place for him too.
Caden Vermas, Rice. Preston Okafor, Fresno State. And Jalen George, Tulsa. These are some of the guys right now that are already signed. We'll find out about the rest of the guys that will hopefully find a home because the portal ends Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And, we talk a lot about the portal, but, some of these guys probably will not play football ever again.
But there's Division II. Some of them have to swallow their pride.
Yeah.
And, Division II, NAIA, Division III, and then have great season there and then maybe go back up.
All right, Bob, tell me about this new offensive lineman.
Yeah, Nebraska did land today. Paul Mubenga, 6'5", 317 pounds from LSU. He started 11 of the 20 games that he appeared there during his redshirt freshman and sophomore season. So he did redshirt his first year there. Still has 2 years of eligibility left. So he was a guy that looks to be slated in a guard, started at right guard there for LSU when he did start. Pretty highly sought after in the portal. Alabama was trying to go out and get him. So a good addition, again, along that offensive line, the third big addition for Nebraska along that front. Obviously, Brendan Black and Tree Babalade also. So, potentially you're talking about 3 guys coming in here out of the portal and starting for Nebraska's new offensive line coach, Jeep Wade.
Yeah. Kenny, you have a message on on YouTube. It says, tell Kenny his homeboy twin is listening. Headed to Cali for the Duke game.
Yeah, speaking of that, I was back home this weekend for a funeral, unfortunately, and I got to saw him. He and I go way back.
Yeah.
I've known that guy since we were 6 years old. We started at our boys club called Herbert Hoover Boys Club. So, yeah, he's a huge Duke fan, and first thing he and his twin brother and my brother said, what about them Duke Blue Devils? I was like, man, don't nobody care about Duke.
You should have told him, what about them Huskers?
And I almost said that. But so here's the thing with that. I was just at the gym and everybody was talking about Nebraska basketball, going to the NCAA tournament, winning. I said, hold on, let's just continue this win streak, win the Big Ten, get to the Big Ten tournament, have a good showing in the Big Ten tournament, and let the chips fall where they may. We need to get one win in a tournament first before we can start saying that Nebraska is going to win the championship in basketball. I'm elated that those guys are having a great season. So happy for Hoiberg, and he's one of the good guys in the profession. And Duke, Nebraska is not on Duke level right now, Farley. So I didn't mention that. I did not want to burn bread on the Huskers right now. So now appreciate you, twin.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Bock, when you look at this line now, it comes together. When you talk about pieces to the puzzle, I wouldn't say this is a experienced line because guys are spot starters, but you have guys with SEC pedigree in them. You have guys that that's played a lot. Not saying that's wrong for the kids that's been here 2-3 years waiting on their chances, like the Sledges and some of the other guys. But I think when those guys get overlooked for transfer portal guys, this is why we have the portal.
So, but my question to you is, are they overlooked, or are those guys coming in to battle those guys that have been here for the spot? Or are we going to automatically pencil them in? Because you have Gutola, who has more starts than one of the guys that you're bringing, two of the guys that you're bringing in.
Well, here's the thing. We could talk about this all day, but it comes down to Jeep Wade. It comes down to the offensive line coach. What's his best package? What do he feel like?
The best five.
The best five that he could put on the field. So, I think things are shaping up, but you still have to go through spring and battle.
Winter conditions, spring
You still
ball.
have to go, you don't know what guys can't pick up quicker than other guys because it's, guys develop a lot different in college football, and especially at different positions. So, it's a lot of different things we could talk about with this. But when you talk about the weight size, Bob, big guys.
Yeah, they're definitely big. And like you said, coming in here with experience, I do think when I look at it, to Kenny's point, I think there's going to be some battles going on. I think Brendan Black is a starter. I think he comes in and is a starter at guard. I think the other two, again, kind of spot starters at SEC universities, but they're going to have to come in and earn it. I mean, you've got guys, and I think Gunnar Gatula with this injury this past year, maybe that's why he's kind of being left out of some people's minds. But to your point, again, Kenny, 16 starts throughout his career so far. I thought he's been pretty good at tackle. I think we feel pretty good, obviously, about Elijah Pritchett and Justin Evans. But Tyler Kanak, some of these other names, the Grant Brickses of the world, Brock Knutsons, they're all gonna be going forward too. So, but that's what I like, right? Is that if they just identified, okay, maybe we need some help in the portal, and you go out and get, even entering today, right? If you just had two guys, I'd say okay, but you probably need a few more, and that's what they did. They went out and got another guy here with some upside. Played at Buford, played at Georgia. So I know Terrell's gonna like that. Originally from Chicago, but
he was taking a drink as you said that. Boy, you perk up when you hear Georgia, huh?
Yeah.
You perk up when you hear Georgia.
In the world,
See,
man.
there you go.
Started with Herschel Walker.
Oh my goodness.
That's what it is. About when we talk about this average size, 2021, Nebraska average line size was 304. 2022, 305. 23, 314. 24, 313. 25, 317. And now 26, 322.
Possibly. Yeah.
Possibly.
I mean, we talk size and size is always good, but can they move? Can they sustain blocks? Can they gel together?
Yeah.
And we won't know that until, we'll see some of it in the spring, but we won't know that until next fall. If they can put those pieces together and they all gel together.
Now, has Nebraska did enough on the offensive side of the ball to make you satisfied? I mean, we're going to talk about both sides of the ball. Are you comfortable with what they've done in the portal so
I ain't
far
comfortable with
on offense?
On paper, it all looks good. Again, we have to see what they do through the spring. We have to see what they do in summer condition, and then ultimately next fall when the season starts. They've added some pieces that I think they needed. Me personally, I still think they need a guy at the receiver that can take the top off the defense, and I think they need a running back. But that's just me personally. Then I'd be able to say, okay, let's see what happens now. But there's still question marks for me.
Yeah, and obviously you look at, the big one is you get the quarterbacks right out of the portal, the Mountain West Player of the Year, and Anthony Calandria, and then Daniel Kalen. So I think they got good quarterback depth there. People are definitely still going to be questioning about running back, and it looks like for the second straight season, they do not necessarily feel like they have to go there. So it might not just be lip service these last couple of years when they're talking about those guys getting some opportunities behind Emmett, but they didn't really get the opportunity
Nope.
behind
They
Emmett.
did
So-
not. That's what I'm saying.
But it is interesting that throughout all of that, and so you're trying to read where they are, doesn't look like they're targeting a running back, or if they are, it's going to be a late play here in the transfer portal. So they must like what they have in Mosey, Mekhi Nelson, and some of those other names there at the running back position. Certainly Ives maybe kind of lost ground there in that battle, but that's the one position that I thought that they might want to go out there and get, other than quarterback. I mean, I don't want to say one position. There's plenty of positions they need to identify here, but that is one position that I thought that they would add somebody with a little bit of more experience that they haven't necessarily targeted.
All right, Bock, let's go to break. We'll talk about this more when we come back here on 93.7 The Ticket, Bock in the Black Shirt, K-Dub Tuesday. Let me read this one before we go out. Uh-oh. John says, congratulations, Farley. No hard feelings. Keep on talking yourself up. Karma is an interesting fickle witch. Just letting you know.
Who said that?
Johnny Cortland. There's no karma that happens to you when you win.
Johnny, I've been trying to tell him to stay humble, man. I've been
Why?
trying to
Because I won. I can't talk about it.
You can win and be humble about
People
it.
get rings when they win things.
You getting the burger. You getting the burger.
Yeah, I'm getting a freaking burger. And this guy talk about karma because I know how to pick football games.
Oh, my goodness.
How dare you, John? 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back.
This is your year to win way more than bragging rights. At Warhorse Casino, your love of the game could earn you serious cash. The Pro Football Frenzy is free to play with cash prizes all season long, like up to $1,000 weekly, with your chance at $1 million, all while earning tier points and comp points every time you place a sports bet. Only at Warhorse Casino. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
It's the Nebraska Deer and Game Expo, January 16th through the 18th at the Sandhills Global Event Center in Lincoln. Come see trophy deer, hunting seminars, hunting and outdoor exhibitors, a 3D archery tournament, enter the blind giveaway, and more. The Nebraska Deer and Game Expo, presented by Whitetail Properties Real Estate, January 16th, 17th, and 18th. Learn more at NebraskaDeerandGameExpo.com and find them on Facebook. Come to the Nebraska Deer and Game Expo, January 16th through the 18th in Lincoln.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket immediately after every Nebraska men's basketball game for 1 hour of post-game recap. The Nebraska Basketball Postgame Show is sponsored by Union Bank and Trust, John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical, and the Lincoln Airport on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, I'm Scott Miller, Business Development Officer at Midwest Bank's Lincoln branches. As a lifelong Lincolnite with over 30 years of experience in financial management, I'm here to help your business grow and succeed. My focus is building strong relationships with businesses and clients across Lincoln. Because at Midwest Bank, we believe banking is about people, not just numbers. Visit us at midwest.bank or stop by one of our Lincoln locations. Your community, your bank. Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
I am Harrison Arns, producer of Ticket Weeknights and Weekends right here at 93.7 The Ticket. My favorite things to do in downtown Lincoln are checking out all the local sports events, whether it's basketball, football, volleyball, or even Lincoln Stars hockey. I enjoy it all because I get to experience one of the best sports communities in the country.
This message is brought to you by the Downtown Lincoln Association and 93.7 The Ticket.
Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings, thanks to the all-new Delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get one half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney locations. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town. A new year means it's time to try new things. If you haven't tried Führer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For the days you don't want to go to the gym, don't worry. Führer's cheese spread is there to cheer you up. And for the days you do get to the gym, why not celebrate when you get back with the best dip around? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table. For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
If you're tired of the dieting circuit paradox but still want to look, feel, and perform better, you need to get to Nutrition Authority and ask about our nutrition coaching featuring LifeBase. LifeBase takes a complex world of nutrition and makes it simple with real results that last. Stop in to learn more or check us out at mynutritionauthority.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Those are good ones. Nice sweats. I know where you got them from. Outfitted you up.
Welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket. Bock The Blackshirt here on K-Dub Tuesday. Bock, you got anything?
Yeah, I mean, I did want to kind of get your guys' thoughts.
Sometimes I
here.
like to get your knowledge.
Yeah, every once in a while.
Yeah. You're going to have plenty of chance next week.
That's right. Terrell is going to be out next week. But don't worry, Kenny, as we were talking about it, you will be here with me next Tuesday. So we'll still have K-Dub Tuesday.
You'll call. No,
I'll call in.
No, you won't.
It'll be the next day of the championship game. I'm going to go watch it in the sports bar in Indiana and have my Husker gear on. Just a hat.
Just a hat.
Yeah.
Why are you afraid to wear your Husker? I wear mine when I go home.
I don't want any problems. I don't want to rain on Indiana's championship run. And
that's right. You're going to be in Indianapolis.
Yeah. Indiana,
you don't,
Fort Wayne.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to do that.
Yeah.
No.
So be nice.
Yep.
So, Chris, if you're just joining us, Mike Tomlin has ended his relationship with the Steelers. I don't know how you want to put that, step down as the Steelers coach. You guys have any idea now who is the longest tenured NFL coach now that both Harbaugh and Tomlin are out?
Ooh, hold on.
What did you say?
Who's the longest tenured NFL coach now? You're going to be mad if you don't get it.
Hold on. No, not yet. Andy Reid.
Andy Reid.
Yep.
There it is.
I was going to say Andy Reid.
Yeah.
Who's the next?
Let's see. Hold on.
Bit of a jump. It's 4 years after Andy Reid was hired at Kansas City.
I'm lost, Bob.
Sean McVay and Sean McDermott.
Yep.
Okay.
The Bills and the
Bills
Rams.
and the Rams.
Bills and the Rams. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. I saw like more than 75% of NFL head coaches were hired since 2021 now at this point. And of course, 25% of the NFL will have new head coaches in 2026. So it's a constant cycle. Right?
There was only one and done this year, right? That was Carroll.
Yeah, which is surprising. Like Pete Carroll would be the one and done, right?
Yep. He was the only one and done. Raheem was what, 2? Was that his second year?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get him out of there.
You think Vance deserves a shot?
I think he does. I think he deserves another chance.
Raheem has had plenty of chances.
He had plenty of chances. I don't know why Vance really, I think the last 2 or 3 years, Vance has really shown that, he he's capable of running great defense.
He's definitely a great defense.
But if he can find him a great offensive coordinator, I probably think this time he gets Mickey, and Mickey runs with the NFL job, and it should be. I think it's time again that you try to give Vance probably a second chance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Obviously, working as a defensive coordinator right now for the Broncos. We'll see if he does get an opportunity. You mentioned some of the portal movement going on earlier today. I did want to kind of throw in some other names in there. How about Wisconsin landing Malachi Coleman from Minnesota? Obviously has not had the career that many expected of him when he originally committed to Nebraska, but another chance in the Big Ten West.
Yep.
The old Big Ten West.
Old Big Ten West.
Yeah, he's on record for that other guy that played 5 Big Ten schools.
Anthony Jones, yeah.
So Malachi he's 2 teams away from
he won't make
what
it.
That guy.
He's making his run.
No, Wisconsin will be his last stop, and I think he'll have a decent career there.
I hope so. Another big news in the transfer portal. How about Colorado's Jordan Seaton entering the transfer portal? Probably going to be the top target now. Remember, he was one of the top high school players to commit to Colorado a couple years ago as a tackle. Reportedly looking for somewhere in the range of $2.5 million to start the bidding.
Well, Bock, you said 2.5. My sources say $3.5 to $4 million
for him.
Yes, his asking price.
Either way, it sounds like he's going to be a little bit expensive.
Yeah, he's going to be expensive.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say Nebraska's in the running for it. I would pass on that. Great guy, great player, but when you're starting to get more than signing bonuses for second and third round players, that's the crazy part about college football.
Second and third tier players.
Well, I wouldn't call him he's a first tier player. I think he's a first tier guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's definitely going to try to command that sort of money. Minnesota star safety Coy Parrish committing to Oregon. He's going to be Dylan's teammate out there.
Oregon's racking up, man.
Yeah.
Oregon's racking up. Indiana's racking up. All these teams, Ohio State's racking up. And I think it's great for those teams, but at the same time, you still got to go out there and play football. I think he's one of the best, slash punt returns, safeties in college football. And, hated to see him leave Iowa, but, some kids want to win more than just 9 games a year. Some want to, I don't think it's about the money with him. I think it's more about winning.
Well, and he's following another. So, transferred from Minnesota. An All-American this year, actually transferred from Purdue at the safety position, Dylan Thieneman, from Purdue to Oregon. So it's already worked on the Ducks' behalf in that arena. A couple other notes from the portal here. Missouri quarterback Bo Pribula transfers to Virginia. So I thought that was kind of interesting. After Dante Dowdell committed to Georgia, both Chauncey Bowens and Nate Frazier announced they are staying with the Bulldogs. So it's going to be tough to get too many carries for him in the backfield.
That's one I do not understand. You're at Nebraska. You were sharing the load with Emmett. You go to Kentucky, kind of somewhat of the featured guy. And when it was announced that he was going to Georgia, I'm like, well, you're going to go there, and Georgia has a stable of running backs, so you're going to be sharing the load with those guys. So
Kirby loves straight head runners. He's a straightforward runner. Kirby don't like zigzaggers and guys who jump around. He's going to take the place of the guy that was from Illinois. What was his name? Josh McCray. McCray. He was the big back. Yeah, and Georgia loves the big third down back. And with the size of their offensive line and the pushes they was getting, he's going to excel there on them short yard downs.
I think Georgia's running game took a step back this year a little bit compared to recent years.
I think it was spot.
That's what I mean.
Spotty a little bit when we talk about it.
Because they had guys sharing the load. But yeah, I hope he goes there and has some success. I mean, I was talking to one of his running back mates yesterday about that, and he was trying to tell a kid to go to a different place where he can carry the load, but the kid wanted to go with where he wanted to go. So
now the kid from St. Louis, Parker,
Jamarion.
Any words on him? What he's looking to do?
I know where he's going. I can't tell you.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
I know where he's going. I can't.
Well, at least he's got a spot.
He's got a spot. I think he'll do well at that spot. where he's going as long as he put the work in.
Grambling. No, I'm just playing.
Well, Grambling's on my list. Grambling wide receiver Keith Jones Jr. transferring to Penn State. So shout out to Mickey for getting that's kind of part of the gold out there. That Grambling.
Does Mickey get percentage for this one?
Does he get anything back? I don't think so.
Yeah, that's the thing about it, though. I mean, at that level, if you have a kid that plays well, they're going to get looks. And Penn State probably got lucky with one, and I'm sure Mickey's going to reload though.
Yeah, that was his leading receiver this past year. In the latest of Where in the World is Hardly Gilmore, the former Nebraska-Kentucky player who was committed to Louisville for a second, now is committed to Baylor.
Oh my God, he is a traveler, ain't he?
He moves around.
He has his. He doesn't even unpack his bag. He just leaves him. He lives out of his bag.
I go west.
That's crazy.
Maybe no surprise, Utah tight end wide receiver J.J. Buchanan, who had some fun against the Husker Blackshirt defense in the bowl game, transferring to Michigan. People might be surprised after watching that bowl game. He was a freshman this past year. So he's got plenty of upside moving forward.
In Michigan, then you know what they do with their tight ends. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he could be a big name there. The only other one I wanted to update, how about a name from the past? Pop Watson. Virginia Tech quarterback Pop Watson, at one time a Nebraska commit.
UMass.
Yeah.
I saw that
going to
yesterday.
UMass. Yeah.
I remember when we were recruiting that kid, and I'm not the tallest. I'm not the biggest. And he came on campus, and I'm like, what are we doing? I kept asking myself, I was like, what are we doing?
Wasn't very big either.
No, I'm like, come on. As a quarterback?
Now, when you worked in the recruiting office, did you ever question
a lot
some of the kids that was brought in?
Bruh. I mean, I only have so much of a voice.
Yeah.
But, some of the things that they were doing and they were thinking, and I was like, when Bo was let go, there was an identity. When there was a coaching change, the new coach had somewhat of an identity of what he thought would fit the Big Ten. That wasn't right. And I tried to tell him, I was like, listen, that's not going to fly in the Big Ten. That's not going to fly in the
Now,
Big Ten.
you working with Bo, Mike Riley, and Scott Frost. Which one was the weakest link, you think, when we talk about your tenure with them?
I hate when people ask me that.
Yeah.
The best one was Bo by far.
Yeah.
The best one was Bo by far.
Because he's a defensive guy like you.
It had nothing to do with defense. They had an identity.
Yeah.
When you say you have an identity and then you don't hold yourself to that, and then now you start chasing ghosts because you're behind the 8 ball, that's going to get you in trouble here. So, again, Bo was the best. The other two was just – and I can just say so much to where it fell on deaf ears. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to let you guys do it the way you think you want to do it, and you'll realize that way isn't the right way, and the people you're bringing in here, you're not going to win the Big Ten with. And it was easier because you had the Big Ten West, you had the Big Ten East. And I would say you'd want to chase the Big Ten West before you chase the Big Ten East. Because if you chase the Big Ten West and you win the Big Ten West, you go play for the Big Ten Championship. That was my way of thinking. They wasn't thinking that way. They were thinking their way, their way, their way. You bring this person in, that person in, we can win it. I'm like, no, you're not doing that.
Yeah. All right. We'll be back more with K-Dub Tuesday here on 93.7 The Ticket, Bock The Blackshirt.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket immediately after every Nebraska men's basketball game for 1 hour of post-game recap. The Nebraska Basketball Postgame Show is sponsored by Union Bank and Trust, John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical, and the Lincoln Airport on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats. Fast plays, big swings, and momentum that shifts in an instant. On Sunday, January 18th, Love Nebraska takes on Love Atlanta at Baxter Arena in a matchup packed with energy and high-level competition. First serve is set for 5 p.m. with some of the best professional volleyball athletes in the world battling every point. Add in youth volleyball night for the local kids and club teams, and you have a can't-miss night in Omaha. Secure your seats and feel the intensity live at lovebneb.com/tickets.
An emergency can happen any moment. Here's a few seconds to think about where you'd go. At CHI Health, we stand ready to care for any emergency. Our specialists provide expert care when you need it most and believe healing is more powerful when delivered with human kindness. When seconds matter, know CHI Health St. Elizabeth is accredited in stroke care and offers the region's only ER just for kids. Learn more at chihealth.com/St. Elizabeth Emergency.
If you're tired of the dieting circuit paradox but still want to look, feel, and perform better, you need to get to Nutrition Authority and ask about our nutrition coaching featuring LifeBase. LifeBase takes a complex world of nutrition and makes it simple with real results that last. Stop in to learn more or check us out at mynutritionauthority.com.
A new year means it's time to try new things. If you haven't tried Führer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For the days you don't want to go to the gym, don't worry. Führer's cheese spread is there to cheer you up. And for the days you do get to the gym, why not celebrate when you get back with the best dip around? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, a matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with plenty of room for advancement.
It happens. All of a sudden, you need a plumber. Just call Bryant, 467-1111. Problem solved with Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, a slight chance of showers this afternoon. Otherwise, we'll see mainly cloudy skies. It'll be breezy and mild, a high near 59. Tonight, a slight chance of rain. Otherwise, partly cloudy skies, a lower on 31. And tomorrow, mainly sunny skies return. It'll be breezy and cooler, a high near 35. I'm meteorologist Kyle Collector for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley. Defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
You should read that. I should. Welcome back to Bock the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Tuesday, K-Dub in effect. If you don't know who K-Dub is, he's Kenny Wilhite, former Blackshirt, former recruiting coordinator, former jack of all trades.
You got to stop saying former Blackshirt.
Always the black.
Always the black shirt.
You just say black shirt.
Black shirt till we die.
Yeah, I can't call you a former black shirt.
All right. My man JS1. Cornhead JS1. He said, Farley, truth be told, you probably would have won by 3 to 5 games if you were not trying to help Nebraska by betting against them. I think you deserve 2 of those combos and 2 cherry turnovers to sweeten the deal.
He doesn't get 2. He's the best picker of all time. So, I mean, he picked who he thought was going to win that weekend, and he lost.
And here's John from Cortland again.
Uh-oh.
And I thought you didn't care anymore. After all, I'm John in Cortland. I do care. Everybody cares. You know, either first or last. Ricky Bobby. All right, Bob. Matt Rule said months ago or weeks ago that this wasn't a rebuild. When you look at all the transfer portals we got, Bach, and you look at the defensive side and the offensive side, it's a rebuild. There's no way you can get around it, Bob.
I'm going to go out on a limb because I told Bach this when we went to break. This sounds like a rebuild, but I want to say a plug and play.
Plug and play.
Plug and play. Right now, plug and play. Because hopefully the guys that they're bringing in, you can plug in and they can learn your system, hopefully.
Well, right now you got 2, we'll get 2 safeties out the portal, 3 linebackers.
1 D line, right?
1 D end.
Well, they've got
1 D
now.
tackle, 2 D tackles.
3 linebackers.
3 linebackers. I said that. Then you got 4 offensive linemen.
3. The one I like. The one I like.
And a receiver.
I'm going to tell you the one I like. The one from Iowa Western.
Yeah.
That's the one I like.
JUCO kid. I like all JUCO kids.
And his resume is.
Yeah. 12 sacks is outstanding in JUCO, especially as a defensive tackle.
There you go.
You know, I mean, you probably, that's like the Sue of D tackles, you know, and for JUCOs.
Yep.
If you have some 12 tackles, like 12 sacks. Like
I was
that.
preaching, you have a junior college right across the 45, 50 minutes away from you, and you're not tapping into it. You should have been tapping into it more. So they've won, what, 3 of the 4? Is it 2 or 3 national championships, JUCO national championships?
I know they've won at least 2 in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
and it's interesting. I think there's going to be lots of different thoughts. Again, today's big news, Paul Mubenga from LSU committing to Nebraska on the offensive line. So that's the most recent addition. Again, that gives Nebraska now 3 offensive linemen to come in and compete here. But again, when you go back to it, and again, Matt Rule was somewhat offended by the rebuilding type of idea around here, and I understand that too. I mean, I get it. You don't put 3 years into the program, gain the wins that he did and feel like, okay, now we're starting over. But there's a reason why I was kind of asking the question and why it started to get tossed around is because it is kind of a shift in identities, a shift in both offensively and defensively. And so again, I don't know what term you want to use. I didn't like reset. You don't like rebuild. That's fine. Because, and again, I think there's a lot of value to what he's saying as well is, 75, I don't know how many players, 80 guys on the roster are coming back next year. So it's not a rebuild, but it is definitely, they're kind of shifting the identity. But it was from a team that I think had a problem finding an identity to begin with on offense, and then defensively, obviously, just kind of a weird cycle there, and having a 3-3-5 coach coming in. Of course, now they're going to move away from that. But then, obviously with Tony White leaving, then having a non-3-3-5 coach the 3-3-5, and then now switching over to that again. So it's a new look. I don't know if you want to go with rebuild, but if he doesn't like that term, a new look Husker football team.
It's not only the players though; he's made coaching changes,
right? Yeah.
So if you put it all together with what they're doing in the portal, bringing in new players, losing players, and all the coaching changes, you would think it would be a rebuild or a revamp. But again, I'm going to say reboot, hopefully, because hopefully you brought in good enough coaches and good enough players that, one, you need to create an identity on both sides of the ball, first and foremost. What style of, and so far you have an identity on defense. So what we've heard, right? You have an identity. So what are we going to do offensively going forward, identity-wise, and then see what happens.
You said we have an identity on defense?
Well, we didn't, right?
Yeah.
With this new defense coordinator, he wants to run his style of defense, right?
Yeah.
Which is a what?
4-2-5.
Right, 4-2-5. So hopefully that's our identity on defense next year. Then offensively, what are we going to do? You know, we're going to be a run team. We're going to be a pass team. We're going to be an RPO team, and then go from there.
When we talk about the last three coaches that coached this school, Mike Riley, Scott Frost, and Matt Rule, what's Matt Rule's biggest win at Nebraska?
Yeah, not a whole lot for any of those.
What you got to say, Colorado?
Colorado, yeah.
And if you look back on it, that wasn't a big win because Colorado was bad.
Obviously. So what's his biggest win, Bob?
Well, that Colorado team ended up winning 9 games, right? It was the year before that Nebraska lost to them, actually, that they got, they were 4-8. Still, again, looking for a ranked victory. I mean, Cincinnati this year for a while looked like it could be on pace for that. They finished 7-6.
Same record as us.
Do we call it 2280 says, is it retooling?
That's a word.
Yeah.
I said, what did I say?
I say rebranding.
You said rebooting. So I don't mind.
I said rebooting?
I think you said rebooting.
I'll say
maybe you said retooling.
Rebranding.
Is it anything?
You got to rebrand.
If we're redoing anything, is that what he's frustrated with? And is because we're finding a lot of different words.
Rebooting Bach is like turning it off and turning
like
it back on.
Like you blow a fuse in your house.
Well, they're not picking up. I don't want them to pick up from where they left off. They just got blown out by 3 straight games.
Yes, we don't want that. That's what we do not.
That's why that rebooting might kind of work.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, to answer your question, we're still kind of waiting for the big win. I think Colorado was probably the best one, but it's unfortunate. I mean, you go through the top 10 biggest wins in Nebraska the last decade. There's not going to be a whole lot that would lead Sports Center on any given Saturday.
Now, when we say plug and play,
that's what I said.
Plug and play, but if you just plug it and they can't play, then you just you're just out there.
True.
That's the thing. You say
they can't play and they can't coach.
Yeah.
So that's what the players I'm saying plug in and play.
Yeah.
The coaches are hopefully
Yeah. You're right about that.
There you go.
I don't know. Maybe you think Matt Rule would agree with our the words that we can land on finally here? No.
Okay. Rodney says, with all the additions, how do you think this makes returning players feel like, especially the O-line? Does this make them feel the coaches don't think they're capable? Well, new age of football.
That's what I spoke on earlier. You have Katula, right?
The Sledge kid.
Sledge, which is, he hasn't played.
Yeah.
Katula has played.
Yeah.
And the depth chart that I've been seeing does not include him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They've already penciled in the guys that they brought in from the portal. So that would be a slap in the face for that kid, because he's played as a freshman since he was a freshman. Sledge hasn't played at all. I think he was dealing with an injury possibly. And then the other kids were development kids. We'll see how they've developed, and if they continue to develop, and will they compete for a spot.
Yeah. Well, I think too, some of those depth charts that get thrown out there kind of go from where Nebraska left off, and Katula being hurt at the end of the season, maybe he gets looked over. But I've been pretty impressed with him so far, and if they have more tackle options, could be a potential guy to play guard. Still, as well at tackle. Yeah. So I think he's got a bright future.
It's still a young off season, so a lot. Not saying that things will happen, but a lot of things can happen during the off season. You still have to grade wise, you still have to work out, you still have to go through spring ball. So hopefully spring ball gets tougher now that you
competitive.
you have been through the weak parts of spring ball the last couple of years, and maybe spring ball will mean more to coaches now that they see how you only get one transfer portal window now.
Well, supposedly we're going to have a legit spring game, so
hopefully that goes well.
Yeah, it's interesting as you guys look at this portal so far, and we kind of talked about it during the break, but it's kind of I think it's fascinating where Matt Rule, for a while was kind of asking for more resources, then was able to sign an extension. All of a sudden, he was pretty happy with the resources he had and felt like Nebraska could go out there and compete in the portal. Then you have the end of the season, as I unfortunately have to keep bringing up, is that they got blown out by 3. So your trajectory, your kind of momentum is cut off from there. All things considered, do you like what Nebraska's done so far in the portal? Because you say it's a young season, but a lot of you're kind of wrapping up the roster here in the next coming days, likely. Right? I mean, there'll be maybe an addition or 2 throughout until we get to to actually summer camp or all that. But still, this is pretty much what we're working with.
I do and I don't. I like most of the things that we did, especially on the defensive side of the ball, especially with the O-line that's trying to make this team better. But one spot I think we failed as not we, but they haven't addressed it like they should, and that's the running back spot. I mean, I'm not comfortable going back into the season with guys who never had over 50 carries, never had over 100-yard game, never, had over 10 carries a game, and now we have not the nerve, but we have the spot to call them running back ones, which hasn't been earned. I don't think. You lost a guy who had 85% of your yards as a running back.
Your production.
So, but I still think there's more room for a running back. I mean, if you have to. This business now with college football, if you step on toes, you step on toes, Bock. I mean, this is how it is. I mean, when you get in the job force and you think you're the only great worker, the next thing you know, they bring in another great worker just like you. So it's 2 of y'all. I mean, sometimes it's great to have 2 great number 1 guys. I mean, I've been on a team where we had Amon Green and Lawrence Phillips at the same time. So, one gets suspended, the other one comes in and still rushes 4,000 yards, and at the running back spot, I don't see that. If you take Emmett out, then we're just a regular, non-existing running football team.
I wouldn't say non-existent. We tried.
We tried. Yeah, you tried.
We tried. Yeah, again, that's a lot of production you're going to lose next year. And I mean, we're not the guys making the decision. We're not on that staff. And if they feel that the guys that they have on the roster at the running back position can get it done, then we just have to wait and see. But as a fan looking at it and what I watched this year, I don't think they can carry the load like Emmett did for us this year.
No. I mean, I don't think if you put all 3 guys together, it's not Emmett Johnson. Emmett was a lot of people say, well, Emmett hopped in the portal. Emmett had a right to hop in the portal. Emmett was looked over that whole season.
Yes.
He was looked over the bowl game. He was looked over, in situations where he ran the ball and then got down there and they gave the ball to a different guy. He came back and he did his thing. I mean, that's what you expect when guys re-sign to come back and claim what was his. And Emmett did a great job of that. Now we have one of these guys that have to step up.
Can they? That's the question.
That's the thing.
That's the question.
Can they?
Have they shown it? No.
So, I mean, does 6 months off in an off season where they get bigger, stronger, faster helps? Yes, it does. But at the same time, you still have to have competition better than what we seen in the bowl game.
And it's going to be interesting too, because obviously coaches, you don't know what you have until you go out there and play some competition. But generally, you have a pretty good idea of, okay, what are your strengths of the team? What is this guy going to kind of traject toward? As I think about them kind of testing out the running game during the spring, and then once you get to summer ball, you don't really know what you got on the defensive line. You don't really know what you got on the offensive line. You don't know where you got at running back, right? Even more so than a typical year. And then how's that going to translate with your quarterback? How's he looking up against, another Big Ten defense that you're going up against the number 1 defense for Nebraska? What does that defense look like? So, I mean, I think there's going to be a lot of interesting, obviously strides made and all that, but I don't think they're going to know what they have until they kind of get to the season. There's going to be a lot of positive news, and as usual, we'll be excited to report what's out there. But man, it's gonna be tough to tell just because there's so much new, and I don't know what is Nebraska's strength going into the season next year, or even going into practices here. You know, I mean, you could argue pass defense. I don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, we're guessing. We're
hoping.
We're
wishing.
We're putting analytics together of guys that's been playing football. But Jordan from Wilbur, he says, to be fair, no one thought Emmett was going to have a season like this either.
I mean, he's got a good point, but
Emmett did things that mostly, you know what, we got to give the offensive line more credit than what we give them because Emmett was a 1,400-yard rusher. Emmett did things that once he was past the line that he didn't need help from the offensive line. He did it with his body. He did it with his hips. He did it with his spins, and he did it with hard running, first of all.
Not necessarily once he got through the line. I mean, because some of the time he had to make somebody miss right at the line.
Yeah. So, you know, it was more of his athletic ability.
And his determination and his vision and his feet. His feet got him and the offense out of a lot of bad situations. So
yeah, and having that great vision for a running back was probably one of the main reasons that he was able to see things a lot better. And that's what we have to get out of these young guys. Their vision has to be better.
Mm-hmm.
And being able to stop on a dime and go
make somebody miss.
Yeah, that's it. Not just run straight at them.
It got to make somebody miss.
93.7 The Ticket. Bock The Blackshirt. K-Dub Tuesday. We'll be right back.
$93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, a slight chance of showers this afternoon. Otherwise, we'll see mainly cloudy skies. It'll be breezy and mild. A high near 59. Tonight, a slight chance of rain. Otherwise, partly cloudy skies. A low around 31. And tomorrow, mainly sunny skies return. Breezy and cooler. A high near 35. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at gainatrucking.com.
Fast plays, big swings, and momentum that shifts in an instant. On Sunday, January 18th, Love Nebraska takes on Love Atlanta at Baxter Arena in a matchup packed with energy and high-level competition. First serve is set for 5 p.m. with some of the best professional volleyball athletes in the world battling every point. Add in youth volleyball night for the local kids and club teams, and you have a can't-miss night in Omaha. Secure your seats and feel the intensity live at lovbneb.com/tickets.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
This is your year to win way more than bragging rights. At Warhorse Casino, your love of the game could earn you serious cash. The Pro Football Frenzy is free to play with cash prizes all season long, like up to $1,000 weekly, with your chance at $1 million, all while earning tier points and comp points every time you place a sports bet. Only at Warhorse Casino. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
A new year means it's time to try new things. If you haven't tried Führer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For the days you don't want to go to the gym, don't worry. Führer's cheese spread is there to cheer you up. And for the days you do get to the gym, why not celebrate when you get back with the best dip around? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, a matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with plenty of room for advancement.
An emergency can happen any moment. Here's a few seconds to think about where you'd go. At CHI Health, we stand ready to care for any emergency. Our specialists provide expert care when you need it most and believe healing is more powerful when delivered with human kindness. When seconds matter, know CHI Health St. Elizabeth is accredited in stroke care and offers the region's only ER just for kids. Learn more at chihealth.com/St. Elizabeth Emergency.
It happens. All of a sudden, you need a plumber. Just call Bryant, 467-1111. Problem solved with Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Winter is just around the corner. Is your vehicle ready? Don't get left out in the cold. At A1 Automotive, we prep your car for whatever winter throws your way here in Nebraska. For battery checks, brake inspections, tires, heaters, whatever your car needs to keep you and your family safe on the road, we've got you covered. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket. Bock and the Blackshirt here. We are on for Monday through Friday from 1 to 3. Kitty Will Hype Tuesday in effect. K-Dub Tuesday. All right, guys, let's switch gears. Let's go to Nebraska basketball. Fox Sports came out with a new bracket forecast for the tournament. And Nebraska is the number 1 seed.
Oh, I was going to say 2. See,
I don't want to jump the gun.
That's what I'm saying.
I just want to take it
one game at a time.
One game at a time. They play Oregon tonight here in Lincoln at 8 o'clock.
Oregon's got some length, though.
Oregon's struggling.
They're struggling, but they have some length.
8-8. What they're in the Big Ten, Buck?
1-4. So
1-4. Yeah. Not really a threat.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
But the game still has to be played.
Yeah, you can have an off night now.
Yeah,
you got to put that ball in that hoop.
But you know what? I couldn't be prouder of this university. They took the off-season stress of football off me to make them proud of this basketball team. You know what? I don't really have to worry about football because basketball is doing their thing.
Both men and women. I mean, the women have lost a couple.
Yeah, they lost
late,
to UCLA the other night, but
that's a strong team.
Still 2 ranked teams. We're ranked number 8. The women are ranked number 23 or 24. So, Bob, what do you think about this new bracket forecast?
Well, it's interesting, and it's getting more and more likely, I suppose, to happen. And I'm kind of with you guys, where it's like, all right, one game at a time. But at a certain point, 16-0 is a lot of games. 5-0 is a lot of games. Nebraska's got 15 games remaining. So even if you think, all right, maybe they can win 2 out of 3 games, given what they've done so far. So even if you go 10-5 in that stretch, you're 26-5. And so, I don't know about a number 1 seed, but that's 1, 2, or 3, right? I mean, so it is crazy watching this evolve in front of my eyes. At one point, I was with you guys, but the other thing is too, and you don't want to count your chickens before they hatch, but Nebraska's last couple games here in the Big Ten, or their first 5, if you want to put it that way, are more difficult than what you've got in the next 3 games coming up. So Oregon, Northwestern, Washington, the next few games here on Nebraska's schedule. Washington's 2-3 in the league. Oregon, like I said, 1-4. Northwestern 0-5. So there's a very good opportunity for Nebraska if they it can happen. It can fall at any time. Wisconsin upsetting Michigan the other day was a big surprise. So again, not counting these as wins, but there's certainly opportunities for Nebraska to be favored and look like a pretty good shot at 19-0. And then from there, again, the math every win you get becomes more realistic that you can get there at the end. When all this started, Nebraska, you're talking about Nebraska's highest ranked team in program history. But you're kind of taking it pace, game for game or kind of chunk of game, right? Oklahoma, New Mexico, Kansas State, that puts you in a good bracket, right? It's like, all right, this looks like a tournament team. Blow out Creighton, blow out Wisconsin. Like, hey, this team might have some juice to them. Beat number 15 Illinois on the road. This is a top 25 team. Then you beat Michigan State. Okay, this is a top 10 team, Ohio State. So now here we are, and it hasn't dropped yet, and I don't think it will. Now, obviously they might lose a game here before the end of the season, but this feels less and less like a fluke or just some big time run. This is a legit top 10 team, I think.
Go ahead.
Well, Bob, this is what's happening right now. Nebraska started off as Elmer Fudge, but they're gonna end up as Bugs Bunny.
You think?
Because now you went from being the hunter to the hunted. So teams are gonna hunt us down now. They're gonna be looking to upset us instead of us upsetting them. We have the target on our back now.
And that's why I'm saying
we shouldn't get ahead of ourselves.
Yes, don't get ahead, because you can have an off night. The team can get hot. The other team you're playing, if you beat the teams that you're supposed to beat, meaning the next 3 opponents, because their records show that they're not having a good year, and then the toughest one yet is Michigan, when you go over there and play Michigan, and if you can eke out that one, then I'm going to be a betting man to say they are a number 1 seed, depending on what they do in the tournament, in the Big Ten tournament.
Well, again, you look at it too. They are number 8 in the country right now. So typically, you go down and say, well, how many of these teams that we're going to play now are in the top 25? And so you can do that, but there's only Michigan, Illinois, and Purdue. So you look at your last 15 games here, and again, being ranked versus not ranked doesn't mean a whole lot, but at least tells you who likely is going to be the favorite in those games. Nebraska's got 3 games remaining against top 25 opponents. Now they've got 2 games against Iowa, who just dropped out of the top 25. So you could kind of add that on there too. But again, it's just, I do agree. Nebraska now is the hunted. You're going to have a target on your back, all that sort of thing. But they have been adjusting so well. Now the question is, they've had a few games this year where they get off the slow starts. Does that continue tonight versus Oregon? But the thing is too, as we see Jamarcus Lawrence step up in this last game, Erink Mass is probably due for another big game, as he's had a few shooting woes in the last few. It's just that people they've got the pieces to step up. Sam Hoiberg can go off if you need him to for some points. Berkey's had some big games. Obviously, Braden Frager. I don't know if this team would not be where they are without his presence off the bench, and Price Sanford certainly should be mentioned as well. Barring injury, this team is just well-rounded, great defense. Defense is going to travel. Defense is going to stay consistent. The shooting at times will not. and they're going to continue to shoot a lot of threes and dare you to shoot a lot of threes. So at times that at some point you would expect that we'll catch up to them and that they're not going to go undefeated. But the realistic possibility of a number 1 seed, again, maybe still kind of getting used to that territory, but realistically being a top 10 team, you should be in those conversations.
Yeah, you should. You should. But as you said, your words were, we've started slow the last couple of games, right?
Yeah,
we cannot continue to do that. And then because some teams can get hot and you stay cold, then it's all over. Then it's all over from there. But again, these guys have won it on the defensive side of the court. Their defense has created their offense. They've gotten stops when they've needed stops, and that's why they've been able to win these games that they've won when they've been down. Can they sustain that? Like you said, we'll see. But again, I want them to take it one game at a time, not look at what they say the bracket wise, what's being projected right now. Don't get ahead of themselves and just continue to fight.
Well, I thought too after the last victory here for the Huskers, and if you heard the locker room speech from Fred Hoiberg, he's still, and I love this when coaches are able to do this. He's kind of turning against like people don't believe in you now, that sort of stuff, right? And nationally, there's been a few clips that go around, and you see that. But I just love that sort of motivation that you can dig up for a team that's 16-0 and getting it done. Is that even still? Even look at what we've done. There's still doubters out there. So that could be a way to hopefully motivate them and get a good start, like you said, against an Oregon team that has some length to it. And obviously a good program over the years with Dana Altman, great coach, obviously spent a lot of time here in the state of Nebraska at Creighton. And now has been there in Eugene for a long time and typically has a pretty good team. So we'll see. I mean, they're gonna have definitely a puncher's chance tonight. But especially at home, Pinnacle Bank Arena. Hopefully Nebraska can get it done. And then the other thing is those ticket prices are going up. The sellouts are coming. So tonight I see tickets in. You can get in for $28. It is 8 p.m. tip, so you might tell your boss you might not be ready quite for work in the morning. But that might be one of your cheapest options, especially if Nebraska keeps winning throughout the rest of the season here at Pinnacle Bank Arena.
Good for the university. Love it.
Good job.
Good job. Boy, you
Good job.
Take us out, Bob.
You were something else.
All right, we got one more segment here on Bock the Blackshirt on KW Tuesday with Kenny Wilhite in the building. We will get to that coming up next year on 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back.
It happens. All of a sudden, you need a plumber. Just call Bryant, 467-1111. Problem solved with Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
An emergency can happen any moment. Here's a few seconds to think about where you'd go. At CHI Health, we stand ready to care for any emergency. Our specialists provide expert care when you need it most and believe healing is more powerful when delivered with human kindness. When seconds matter, know CHI Health St. Elizabeth is accredited in stroke care and offers the region's only ER just for kids. Learn more at chihealth.com/St. Elizabeth Emergency.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at PAHLincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
This is your year to win way more than bragging rights. At Warhorse Casino, your love of the game could earn you serious cash. The Pro Football Frenzy is free to play with cash prizes all season long, like up to $1,000 weekly, with your chance at $1 million, all while earning tier points and comp points every time you place a sports bet. Only at Warhorse Casino. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
If you're tired of the dieting circuit paradox but still want to look, feel, and perform better, you need to get to Nutrition Authority and ask about our nutrition coaching featuring LifeBase. LifeBase takes a complex world of nutrition and makes it simple with real results that last. Stop in to learn more or check us out at mynutritionauthority.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, a slight chance of showers this afternoon. Otherwise, we'll see mainly cloudy skies. It'll be breezy and mild, a high near 59. Tonight, a slight chance of rain. Otherwise, partly cloudy skies, a lower on 31. And tomorrow, mainly sunny skies return. It'll be breezy and cool, a high near 35. I'm meteorologist Kyle Collector for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey guys, this is former UFC fighter and mixed martial artist Anthony Lionheart Smith. The Upside Bar and Lounge in South Lincoln is the go-to spot for every UFC event, prelims, and main card. There's never a cover, so make sure you get there early and stay late. Upside Bar and Lounge has daily specials, a margarita club, and a taco club. And don't forget, they just added Buzz Bowls to their menu. Learn more about upcoming events by visiting UpsideBarLNK.com and stop into their South Lincoln location for every UFC event on 27th and Pine Lake.
I am Harrison Arns, producer of Ticket Weeknights and Weekends right here at 93.7 The Ticket. My favorite things to do in downtown Lincoln are checking out all the local sports events, whether it's basketball, football, volleyball, or even Lincoln Stars hockey. I enjoy it all because I get to experience one of the best sports communities in the country.
This message is brought to you by the Downtown Lincoln Association and 93.7 The Ticket.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, a matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with plenty of room for advancement.
Winter is just around the corner. Is your vehicle ready? Don't get left out in the cold. At A1 Automotive, we prep your car for whatever winter throws your way here in Nebraska. For battery checks, brake inspections, tires, heaters, whatever your car needs to keep you and your family safe on the road, we've got you covered. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock The Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. It is K-Dub Tuesday and the mess in the house. All right, guys, last statement before we give way to Austin Orman and Jay Foreman in old school. All right, guys, we're not going to see each other till two Mondays from now.
Tuesdays. So, well, you're going to be gone.
Yeah.
Bock and I'll be here. You said you're going to call in.
Yeah, we can just talk to you.
Let's talk about the big game coming up Monday, man.
The one thing it's fortunate for Miami's that they're getting to play at home. Because if you saw the Indiana game, they had a big crowd, which helped them against Oregon with the offsides that Oregon had on offense. So Miami should have a good home crowd that would possibly help them. But I think Indiana is a team of destiny, man. I just truly believe that they're the best team for what they do right now.
Now, a lot of people brings up the age of Indiana's team now because they've done so well. And when I say this, I say because this is why Kurt Signetti don't have to go get 5 stars or 4 stars, because he gets guys that's been in a system and are coachable and understand the game of football because they've been in college for 3 years. So it makes them more valuable to him than any other team, even though they're 1-year rentals. And some may be 2-year rentals.
I think he's just getting kids, that word I used earlier, plug and play.
Yeah.
For his system.
Yeah.
And they're, like you said, they're coachable. And, they love the game. First and foremost, if you don't love the game, you're just doing it for clicks and you're doing it for likes, you're doing it for the money. You're not going to get the best out of that kid. So he's getting the kids that he feels and his coaching staff feels they're the best for what they want to get done, and that's why he's been able to do what he's done the last 2 years at Indiana.
But
yeah, I mean, it's been quite a run. It's interesting too as we kind of get to the conversation. I brought this up the other day of greatest team of all time. Indiana's starting to get in there. I like it because with the tournament expansion is that you can say, well, they've had an easier path, right? The lower seeds have gone up there. So I think that's funny. But obviously they've taken care of business. I'd agree with you. I don't think they're necessarily in that conversation. Greatest turnaround of all time, though, definitely in that conversation from where Indiana was when Kurt Signetti took this job. And it really is amazing to get to that level as quickly as they can. And to your point, Kenny, is the plug and play aspect of it. And that's where, you'd want Nebraska to get to eventually, right? And where they were back in the day is, you just had so many good players and such a history, and it was passed on from players to players. Now Indiana, it's going to be interesting to see in the future because they're going to get some more highly sought after guys, and we're already seeing that in the portal. Can he do the same to motivate those guys as he does maybe the guys that are overlooked? All of that, interestingly enough. But as for this game, I mean, I think it's absolutely going to be a fun one. I think Miami certainly can stay in the game, but ultimately, I do think, obviously, Indiana's got the better quarterback, and Carson Beck's a wonderful quarterback. I think he's like 28 years old now. I don't know how he is, but he's been around for quite some time. But, that could be the difference. I am interested to see if he will be pressed, Indiana's quarterback, that is, to kind of show off, as far as kind of putting up big numbers. That was one thing that people would hold against him, I guess, in his Heisman Trophy campaign. As he's gone on through the playoffs now, 41 touchdowns in 6 picks. But so often, I mean, even in this playoff run so far, hasn't thrown for 200 yards and doesn't have a whole lot of completions. Not necessarily a reason to get there. But I am interested to see if Miami can make it enough of a game to press him a little bit.
Yeah, I think Miami will make it a game. I just think Indiana right now is on a heater. With what they have, I think they don't get rattled. I don't think they get rattled. I don't think they, you've seen them get rattled yet. Can Miami get him rattled? Can Miami get him off of his spots? And can he make plays with his legs if they get pressure on him? And will he turn the ball over? As of this season, he has not turned the ball over. His completion percentage and that's the reason why he won the Heisman, because of what he's done on the field. And if you listen to that kid's interviews, he is amazing when he does his interviews. Very humble kid. He's very fortunate. He always says, "I'm very fortunate to be in this position that he's in." Can Miami get him off that spot, and will they get enough pressure on him that he makes mistakes? I don't think so. I think he has enough supporting cast that'll step up with him.
What I see in this game is that it's going to be probably close in the first quarter. I think when you talk about the game speed of Indiana, does it wears Miami down on defense? I think it does, and I think it creates a little division when you talk about when the game gets probably the third and fourth quarter. Those guys are going to be tired because this offense is a high-paced offense, like a I would call it the OKC of college football. When we talk about the brand that Kurt Cincinnati has. Miami has a great offense. Got some great players.
They got some great players.
Indiana has a great defense. You know, coached very well
coached,
scrappy, tough, great man-on-man players. It's just going to come down to how does Miami stop this Indiana's offense for me.
Well, in Miami's defense, I mean, that's going to be a little bit of the underrated portion of this because, I mean, I agree. The weapons, I think, obviously, if Miami's going to win, Malachi Tony's going to have to go off. And he's kind of maybe the equalizer in this game in my mind as that special threat for Miami. But on the other side of it, and when I say go off, I mean, accordingly, I don't think Miami is, equipped to win this game, 38-35. I think they've got to kind of keep it a low-scoring game. That's what they've done so far in the playoffs. Held Texas A&M, of course, to 3 points. Held Ohio State to 14. Ole Miss getting a little bit up there with 27. But, yeah, I think that's going to be the recipe if you're looking for Miami's. Their defense has got to come out, play their best ball. And that's what it takes, right? I think Indiana could probably win this game without playing their best game. I think Miami needs just about their best effort to get it done.
So Cristobal won't mess up.
Yeah, and also, yeah.
So he won't cause something or do something there.
Yeah, before we go, I want to talk about this one. Ty Simpson was reportedly offered $6.5 million.
Yes, sir.
To play quarterback elsewhere instead of going to the NFL draft.
What would you have done?
I'd probably take that 6.5.
Bob?
Well, he is expected to be maybe, at least at this point, the third pick of the NFL draft. So there's going to be some good, not third quarterback picked in the NFL draft. So there's going to be some good money behind that. It's tough because I think a lot of people from the outside could say, it'd be good for him to come back, get another year starting, and then kind of build himself up ready for that. But when you get the chance to be the face of the NFL or an NFL team, or at least if they're going to spend a first round draft pick on a quarterback, I think you go. I mean, I think you go.
Your Cardinals can take him, Bob.
Yeah, and the Cardinals might take him. That's why I'm trying to convince him here.
The Cardinals can take him, Bob. I think he fit well with Arizona.
I don't know if he's going to be they could trade down. Maybe I don't know if he'll be the third pick, but you never know.
They can trade down.
These things can change. Yeah.
Trade down. They can trade down and draft him, or trade up and draft Dante Moore.
Yes.
All right. Nebraska D lineman Kiana Davis has officially entered the portal, Bob. The 6'5", 275 sophomore announced his intentions to enter over a week ago, but didn't officially enter until this afternoon.
Guess he didn't get re-upped.
Yeah, I think that's probably what it leaves open for the possibility of Nebraska to get him out of that intention. Apparently did not happen. I mean, you never know. A couple defensive linemen signed over the last week. Yep. New defensive line coach as well. Maybe he was waiting for some of that stuff to kind of play out. But yeah, I mean, I think he's among your biggest losses of the portal. Obviously, Dylan Orello, Malcolm Hartzog, other guys that have played a lot of ball. Kenneth Williams, good kick returner. But I think there were folks holding out hope that perhaps you'd be able to get him back in, similar to what happened last year. But that does not look like the case anymore. One other note, by the way, Devon Dampier returning to Utah, of course, had his way with Nebraska in the bowl game. That was made official, of course, within the last hour as well. So some college football notes, some Nebraska notes. But yeah, I was one that was kind of hoping that Keona Davis might get back into the mix for Nebraska, but it doesn't look like that's the case.
Yep. He saw them bring those two guys in. He said, I'm chunking the deuce.
All righty. Thank you for listening to Bock the Blackshirt here on K-Dub Tuesday. Up next is Austin Orman and Jay Foreman and Old School. Peace.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, a matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with plenty of room for advancement.
MWR, a local company of Lincoln, is proud to announce they are able to offer their own post-frame building packages in metal to anyone desiring a building, whether you're a contractor or a DIYer. They can install your building as always, and they offer multiple different rib profiles and loads of color options, including the wood grain metal at great competitive prices. You can inquire at mwrbuildingandfence.com or just draw your desired building and submit it in their contact us page, and they'll get back to you. Call MWR today at 402-540-8966. If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
This is your year to win way more than bragging rights. At Warhorse Casino, your love of the game could earn you serious cash. The Pro Football Frenzy is free to play with cash prizes all season long, like up to $1,000 weekly, with your chance at $1 million, all while